So we've been at this for a couple minutes now, and now there's a nice steady boil, and it doesn't look like baby poop anymore, and it actually has started to smell like beer. If I had a video sniffer, it would smell more like beer than it did the disgusting whatever the hell that was earlier. So it actually kind of looks and smells like beer and doesn't have all the gross stuff around it anymore. But yeah, we're going to be at this for a while, but here's where we're at, and it looks like we're in a much happier place than we were when I was blowing the head of it. Bye. Hi guys, we're back. We've been boiling for about 45 minutes now, and we're going to add our second set of hops, which are the Cascade hops. This is supposed to be the aromatic stuff, or the stuff that gives it the most aroma. It again looks like rabbit poop, and it smells a lot like the rabbit poop we threw in a couple minutes ago, but I guess it's a different kind of rabbit poop. And then, while we're boiling away here, I have to do this right when the timer sets. You can see all the hops that have kind of stuck around the pan that are kind of gross. I keep trying to wipe those off. Oh, there we go, more rabbit poop. All right. Oh, and again, it looks like a bunch of nastiness. It was smelling pretty good for a little while, but now it's back to smelling pretty bad. Adding the new hops to it will probably freshen it up a little bit, and we're only going to boil these for 15 minutes. So not nearly as long as we did the other stuff. And then we're going to give it an ice bath, which will be lots of fun, because it's huge and barely fits in my sink. But Okay, so when my timer goes off, I'm going to pick this baddie up and put it in the sink and then surround it in ice water and give it an ice bath. And that'll be fun because, I don't know. So anyway, it has a nice look to it. It stopped stinking quite so bad. It's better.
I think it can jump to 30 seconds.
What?
I think it can jump to 30 seconds.
I think so? Okay, my nanny says I can jump to 30 seconds. She's my bachelor nanny. She makes sure I don't do dumb shit. Stop. Dump this in?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now as it cools, it becomes really important that we don't contaminate it because we're soon going to put the yeast in, and since there's nothing to kill any contaminants like bacteria and stuff, then the yeast will digest it, and then it will repopulate, and it will make our beer taste funny. So from here on in, we have to make sure that we get nothing in there and that we're as careful about what we put in there as possible, which shouldn't be a big deal.
So take off the lid and put in the thermometer.
Why?
Because we have to know when it's the right temperature.
What is the right temperature?
Anything below 80 degrees. It's going to take a few minutes.
Well, it says it's 100.
Well, it takes a few seconds for the thermometer to register.
Well, it's already at 100.
Leave the lid off because it'll cool faster.
It's already at 180, so it doesn't take that long to register. Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay guys, now we're down in my basement because we've cooled it to around 80 degrees, and we're going to pour our wort into a bucket.
There will be sludge at the bottom, so you can not pour that in there.
I thought you said just...
Well, I mean, you can, but if you want to hold back some of the sludge.
I thought you said manhandle the fuck out of it. That is some gross shit. I'm not putting that in there. That's really gross. Can I play with it? Anyway, temperature in the basement is a good temperature for fermentation. And we have our carboy over here, so this is just where we're going to set up camp for this sucker for the next couple of weeks. It's cold. It's very, very cold. It's below 80.
Good.
So, I mean, well below like 80, and I don't think it's supposed to be that cold.
It's supposed to be about 70.
Yeah, I think it's below 70. Or about 70. Okay, this is a hydrometer. Excuse me. And we're gonna dip it in here, and it's gonna measure the sugar, and then tell us our alcohol content.
Drop it in there.
Just drop it in there completely?
Yeah, it'll float.
I don't want to dig that back out.
It'll float.
Gross.
Okay, so now you have to get down there and read the number where the water line is.
$1050.
Okay.
It's actually right below that. It's whatever's below that. So, I don't know why that, I don't know how to read this thing, but it looks like 60. See if I can get this stuff off of it. There we go. So, yeah, that's pretty stable. Come here. Yeah, definitely, right at the 60 line. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to figure out what that means, and we'll get back with you guys. Okay, so we checked, and 60 is about where we want to be. It's a little bit high. Elbow says that I want it around 55, but I think that for our starter, I'm not going to screw with it too much. We've taken, and I did read that the hydrometer was supposed to go in a separate sample that you then throw out, so I presume the reason for that is so you don't contaminate it, and hopefully we didn't do that when we were doing our first test here. But we'll have to see, because it's a little late now. And then we funneled into the carboy, which we actually managed to do it without making too big of a mess, so we're pretty pleased about that. And now we're going to add our European ale yeast. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Shake the hell out of it.
Yeah,
That's what
come
they
out of the
said.
vial, yeah. Oh, you look like you've done that before.
I've done this a lot. You want to see? Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. All right. Whoa! Oh, it's exploding all over the place.
Well, give it a second to calm down.
Well, I don't think this is supposed to do that. Maybe you're not supposed to shake it that much. Okay, we got it. I just shook it a little too hard. Some of us are just wound a little too tight. And then we just pour it in the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it won't fit. Okay. So that's it. That's our yeasty goodness. And now we just put the cap on it.
Let's push it around.
What?
Push the carboy around.
Well, I don't want to break it. It's a concrete floor.
Well, don't shake the hell out of it. Just push it.
How's that?
Well, you've got a lot of your yeast up on the side here, so you're going to need to...
You really want me to push it that much?
Do you want your yeast in your beer?
I don't know. I've never done this before. How's that?
You missed a spot.
Yeah, it's way up at the top. If I do that, it's going to go all over. Happy?
Yes?
cleanest nanny ever. Okay.
You know what Mary Poppins would do to you?
She's a dirty girl. How tight do I want this? Do you know? Just
pretty tight, but don't break it.
Okay, well, then I think we should stop there. Yeah, that's nice and snug. That's good enough, I think. Anyway, this room stays between 65 and 70 most of the time, which is also the fermentation temperature that we were after. So now we sit here and shouldn't do anything until a couple of days pass, and then we should be in pretty good shape. And I'll update you guys then.